on dancing, it takes two. This is what's coming up in tonight's show. A real-life, genuine dancing queen, our reigning champ, Natasha Kaplinsky, is here to give us her views on Sarah Manners and Brendan Cole, and Ala Jones and Lilia Kopylova. With only one person in the land who can tell us what it feels like to go all the way, please welcome our reigning champion and Saturday night co-host, Miss Natasha Kaplinsky. Oh, I like kissing. Thank you so much for coming on.
No, not at all. It's very exciting to be here to see the trophy again.
I know, and thank you for letting me occasionally touch that.
You know, I have never even touched it for some reason.
I want you to touch it right now.
No, I don't think I can. It was when we first were given it, I just couldn't bear to touch it. I was so embarrassed at having won. So
no,
Brendan
silly, you were brilliant.
I was so embarrassed.
And if anyone has just forgotten how you won, I'm sorry to do this to you, but it is beautiful. Have a look at this.
Oh, I can't tell you how stressful that day was, and I can't believe we attempted that lift all morning. I kept saying to Brendan, please drop the lift, because he dropped me all week before the final. I was covered in bruises, but anyway, it wasn't very good, was it? But no, we did it. It
gives me absolute goosebumps. It was such an achievement. Does it feel like a long time ago? Because your life's gone slightly whirlwind since.
It does feel a long time ago, and I have to say, being involved in the second series is so exciting. I mean, Tess, obviously, she's just had her baby, and I'm not going to be doing it for very long, but while I am, I'm absolutely loving it. And the first show on Saturday was wonderful because I was reliving all the stress and the tension with all the other people involved, but I wasn't dancing. I just had such a great day. It's a fantastic opportunity for anybody who's involved, but it's so nerve-wracking. Really, genuinely, the most stressful thing I've ever done professionally was dancing in front of the nation, funnily enough.
You see, me and other members of the public, they're like, oh, they're dancing, they're with somebody else for an hour and a half. Just have a look. This was Saturday night. They've got another show in 48 hours. Just look at the backstage nerves on this. Now, you're backstage with them this time and last time. Why is it so just awful?
I mean, it really genuinely is, because everybody's stepping into a different zone. I mean, you're outside of your comfort zone completely, and you're there to be judged. But it's the fact that you are on display, and I mean, it's about look at me. That's what I found so hard, is asking everybody to look at me and to have the attention, which I found very, very difficult.
And the competitive side, were you looking at other couples going, I hope they fall over?
No, I was looking, thinking, please, can I get voted out? I was voting for all the other couples so that I could get voted out. Brendan got very, very cross with me about that. I was just quite keen to be in the programme for 1 or 2 weeks and then go home.
You see, we know
and it was like a sick joke that I was still there at the end. And
you're like, I can't believe I'm still here. There is somebody else who has done that Natasha route. Does this remind you of anyone? Have a look.
If they don't vote me off on week 1, I'm going to have a diplomatic fall down the stairs.
And then you're planning to be in the programme for 2 weeks.
That's interesting. I'm planning on being in that for 8.
Will Esther Rantzen make it into the final? I mean, it's quite interesting that I know you meant it at the time, and I think Esther does, but the public love that, because I really want Esther to stay in like I wanted you to stay in.
I don't think it's a tactic on Esther's point, from Esther's part. I mean, it genuinely is fear and nerves. I mean, I really did try to break my leg. I felt that was preferable than actually having to step out on the dance floor. So for the weeks leading up to the programme, I was, you know, trying to sprain my ankle or something. Anything would have been better than dancing. But actually, I think Esther, if she does stay in, and I really hope she does, because I think it's fantastic that she's putting all the work in. I think she'll learn, as I did, what a huge privilege it is to be involved in the programme, and how much fun it really can be if you can just let go of your inhibitions. And I look back and I wish that I'd been able to enjoy it more, but I found it so stressful that if I'd been able to just let go of that, I would have had so much more fun.
Well, let's put a couple of the couples, if you like, under the spotlight. First
I'm not an expert, though, please.
No, I
can only do one dance for with one song with Brendan, nothing else.
No,
I'll try.
But you sort of know what it's like to go through it, so I'm interested in what you have to say.
Okay.
First up, Sarah Manners and Brendan Cole. He says in there he's a bit of a control freak. You all know better than anyone, is he?
I don't know whether he's a control freak. Brendan is a perfectionist and he's a professional, and he has incredibly high standards, and he will make Sarah work very hard to meet those standards.
My history of art teacher, Mrs. Dale, was excellent. She was brilliant, especially on Vermeer.
Yeah.
When I left school, I would not have liked the idea of her teaching somebody else. Is it weird seeing him teach somebody else?
Actually, much less weird than I thought it was going to be. I think everybody was quite stressed. I mean, Chris Parker was phoning up beforehand. I know Leslie Garrett, everybody, Martin O'Fire, was all a bit anxious about seeing their professional partners, you know, dancing with somebody else. But actually...
Leslie's very grumpy with Esther.
Well, it's strange, you know, because you spend so much time with each other and you bond and you go through this kind of traumatic experience of performing in front of the nation together. But actually, no, it was much less weird than I thought. I mean, everybody is so different, and Sarah's very different to me, and as all the other people are.
I'm glad you say that. She is very different from you. Take a look. Sarah's a character. What I want to know is he texting you saying, she's burped again?
No, actually, when I've spoken to him about the lessons, he says that they're just having a really good time. I think obviously they're getting more under pressure like everybody else, but I think they've had a really good time, a real laugh, I think is what he said.
The male celebrity dancers are using this tactic on the female celebrities, and they're charming, they're sort of trying to flatter them. I know Anton does it with Esther in a nice way, but like, no, you're great, we'll win. Have a look. Didn't do as well as lots of people thought this Saturday. What is that going to do to their confidence as a dancing team?
I think they came third, which isn't too bad. Or
third, yes. But they were told that they had ugly arms and things by Arnie.
Well, you know, one of the best things about having Brendan as a teacher is he doesn't just address, you know, the ballroom moves and the Latin moves. He's actually so good at pepping you up, and I had so many kind of pep talks because I was so stressed. So actually, he'll be concentrating on the emotional aspects of it all as well, I should think, when he's training Sarah this week.
OK, it's next couple time. They're so sweet. Alia Jones and Lilia Kopilova. See, it makes me clap.
I know, me too. And also, I have to say, the cha-cha is such a hard dance. It was my first dance as well, and I thought that they nailed that dance. They were fantastic.
He surprised a lot of people. I mean, I think I expected him to come out in sort of some sort of Songs of Praise outfit.
Your hair looks good like that. You should keep it.
Yes, I'm going to keep it like that throughout. Do you think that... did they wow you? You're standing there next to Brucey?
Well, of course, I've got to be completely impartial with everybody now that I'm in a different role, only for the first 2 or 3 programmes. Yeah, I mean, I thought that they were fantastic, and they seem to get on so well, and I think that's what's so important with any partnership, because you have to learn to trust each other and really rely on each other to pull you through. So yeah, it was a pleasure to watch them. They were fantastic.
The only thing, I'm throwing this in, they surprised everyone. Now our expectations are high. It's in 48 hours time. I'm already thinking, come on, Alid.
Yeah, well, it's going to be difficult because the male celebrities are now having to lead because they've got ballroom, and obviously the male role in ballroom is very different from Latin, so it's going to be interesting to see how they cope with that, because there's more pressure on them for that. But actually, I found ballroom easier to master. It was more graceful, and you could actually hold on to grip.
Yeah, go
grip in a kind of graceful way.
Lilia,
so hopefully they'll be all right.
I'd like to use the word dominatrix. Have a look.
Hurting yet?
No.
I don't care what you think. She is my hero.
Yeah, she's very strict, but you need that a bit.
Do you? Because you don't think she could push him too far?
Oh, I don't think so. I think she's probably quite sensitive. I think she'll judge it right, don't you?
Yes. Good. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Will you come in all the time?
Yes, I'd love to. Thank you so much.
OK, good. We could live together. Let's get up to date with all of today's news.